From last Sunday at home to Liverpool. This is how the bottom of the table looks, and as you were, plenty of red down there for those sides at the bottom. West Ham 2 points off Nottingham Forest, 4 points off Spurs. But if you go to the top of the table, Manchester United are now above Aston Villa. They are third in the Premier League. The first time they have been that high in the Premier League at any stage since May 2023. And still to come, that huge game at the Emirates. Here's Dave Jones. Kick-off there here on Sky Sports Premier League. We'll take you through what's happened in the 2 o'clock games. They've all finished. They had a very symmetrical afternoon so far. 2-1, all of the games, all the home sides winning. Will start at Old Trafford. And this goal that Crystal Palace took the lead with still annoys you from a defensive point of view, doesn't it? It
does, but take nothing away from Crystal Palace in the first half. I thought they were exceptional and deserved to go in at half-time leading. Great ball in by Brennan Johnson. They've looked at this space where you think, where can we utilise Lequire, and he gets free, drive on the ball. But from a defensive point of view, which I said, I really don't like it. I see defenders, I see forwards doing it. Get your eye on the ball, see your body position, get it right, see the player and the ball, and then that's travelled a long way. He has the opportunity to leave the man and go and attack it, and he didn't do that.
Great header, and then his afternoon completely changes. So, penalty first of all for you. Is it a foul?
Yes, it's a foul. I mean, a great ball from Bruno Fernandes, and the fact that the ball goes down the side, Cunha gets away from Lequire. He has his hands on top of him, he pulls it back. Was it enough for Cunha to go down? As it continued from outside, inside, you can see his hand still on the top of Cunha's shoulder. Whether it be 2 fingers, a full hand, it continues.
So he's in the box,
down.
So it's a penalty.
It's a penalty in my opinion.
And then the final decision is, look, he hasn't made an attempt to play the ball, so has he denied a goal-scoring opportunity?
That's when it comes in. Is this a dog's out? Is that denying of a goal-scoring opportunity? And in my opinion, as soon as he gets goal side and he goes down, that is an opportunity for Cunha to score a goal.
So the red card, if you're going to give the penalty, has to be the only decision for you?
You have to. Once he's decided that the foul that started outside continues in, then Chris Kavanagh has no alternative but to give a red card. Very soft. He goes down. If he doesn't go down, Cunha, would he have got it? I'm not too sure.
There's the penalty kick as well. Chris Kavanagh, of course, the referee in that FA Cup game between Aston Villa and Newcastle, where there was no VAR, and he got a lot of criticism from that. And then the winner.
Yeah, we've talked about Sesko before how good he can be. Got an opportunity to start, and this is an outstanding header. I talked about Bruno putting the ball in an area, and then can you forward, get in front of the defender? He can, and then as he got the accuracy and the power to be able to generate that ball down into Dean Henderson's left-hand post, he does. Top finish to player who's in certainly an awful lot of confidence, form, and what the goal scorers want to do, score and get the winning goal.
He didn't have many opportunities, did he? He had the one header in the first half, I suppose, and then the header in the second half. But you've got to take the chance when it comes your way.
You do, and he's been waiting probably a long time to go. Michael Carrick, can you give me an opportunity to start a game? He came on against Everton on Monday night, he gets his goal, and now the question was going to be, was he getting an opportunity to start? He did. He didn't get an awful lot of service. He got one in the first half. He's built up play, and you start thinking, is he a super sub? Is he always one to bring off the bench? But for him, started
from me. He even told me now at the end that he wanted to go again to the same side as he did last week and save it. Luckily for me, he went to the other side as I thought, and the ball went in.
Well, you weren't done there. It was the perfect ball into Benjamin Sesko. How much trust do you have in him at the moment with the goal-scoring form that he's in?
No, he's a very good player. You know, he just wanted to find his confidence back, and I think he can do much better. And he's a kid that always wants to improve, and I think he's aware of that. He's never happy with just a goal, and that's very important for a player to play at this club, because when you kind of relax and feel yourself too much, you go through the wrong path. But he's very aware that he needs to score week in, week out at this club, and he's doing that. And for everyone at the club, everyone is very happy with the progress he's having, and hopefully he's going to have even more goals until the end of the season.
Well, as a team, you are making great progress. What does this result do for your top 4 ambitions?
No, obviously he gives us a chance to get closer to get to the third place now, but it's a lot of games to go still, and we have a lot to do. It's very important that we, as I said before, we don't feel that that we are already in the place we want to be, because the season still has a lot of games to play. 10, I think, and that's a lot of points in game, and so we need to make as much points as we can.
Well, for now, enjoy this victory. A great team performance, but you are the player of the match. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, Michael, congratulations. What a turnaround to maintain this unbeaten start you've made. How do you sum up the performance?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I think it was a test for us today, and you know, coming in at half time and go down, something slightly kind of new for us, and so I thought we didn't start the game great. Credit to Palace, they did, and I thought then we grew into the game as the half went on, and certainly second half, I thought we stepped up again, and it was a big thing to overcome, being a goal down at home so early, and to win the game against a team that they're tough to break down and they're well organised. So it was a big step for us today, and I was really happy with the way the boys kind of approached that and reacted to it, and got there in the end.
Yeah, before you reached the turning point, that first half, when you drill down into it, where do you think you perhaps struggled to find your rhythm a little bit?
I'd rather talk about the hour after that, really. I think it's football, you know, they're a good team, and it doesn't take much for the game to swing both ways, and we just weren't quite sharp enough, and we weren't quite there. And so I've been there as a player. You just got to work your way out of it, and the boys did. So we'll obviously look at it, you know, and we'll address it. But I thought there was a lot of good things in the game that we can take from moving forward as well.
I suppose the pivotal moment then, the decisions. How did you see both at the penalty and the red card? The referee took his time a little bit, but was it clear to you?
Well, he's clean for one goal, Mateus, and it was a great pass from Bruno, and a great position for us to get into. So it definitely asked the question of the officials at that point. I've literally not seen it, but what the fourth official told us, that the decision was it wasn't for the penalty. It was when he went to the screen, it was just for what card he was going to give. So is what it is, you know. We'll take it. Obviously, it was a big moment of the game, but I thought we deserved it.
Yeah, I suppose it's one thing having the extra man, but then really taking advantage of that situation. How do you think the players were able to do that so well?
Yeah, it's a difficult balance, that, you know, because they obviously still set up to break forward and got dangerous players, and they had moments when we had to kind of react and deal with it. But yeah, again, credit to the boys, you know, and breaking down that defence that's kind of so well drilled, you know, and we did it in different ways. We could have had more. So it was a good way to finish the game.
Sesko on the score sheet again. What did you make of his performance as a whole this afternoon?
Yeah, Ben's there to score goals, and he's done enough of that lately, and it's something that I've said it. He's going to be an important player. He is an important player. He's going to be even more important as he kind of progresses and improves all the time. So to get his start today, for me, it wasn't a big drama. It was a natural kind of decision, and Ahmad coming on and rotating a little bit, but for Ben to get that goal again, that's some really important goals he's got for us, and it was a fantastic header.
And up to third, does it feel like quite a significant result in your top four ambitions this season?
It was more the way the game went, to be honest. I think wherever we are in the league, I think there was more of, as I said, that new kind of challenge in some ways for us to be down like that at home and overcome it. I think that was the biggest thing from today. Yeah, we've moved up a position, which obviously is nice, but you know, it's 1 week, it's one weekend again, so we're not getting carried away with that, but it's more the performance and the way we've done it. I think that the boys will benefit a lot from that.
And before you go, how about Luke Shaw? What can you tell us there exactly?
He just wasn't well. He was ill, so
right.
So yeah, he recovers really, but maybe he'll be going home and wrapping himself up and getting back as quick as possible, so hopefully it's not too bad.
And just to check on Harry Maguire, he looked like he might have been in a bit of discomfort as he was leaving the pitch.
Yeah, we'll see with Harry. We'll see, but hopefully he'll be ready for Wednesday, you know. And I thought the boys that came on actually had done really well for us today, and we needed it, so good day for us.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Action from the lads, and that's all you want. So he'll be probably most proud. I'm looking forward to hearing from him that he got the reaction in the second half, and then we got the win. But yeah, he's been, you know, him and his staff. We said before, it's not just him; it's down to the lot of them. You know, and they're getting this Man United team, and they're finding ways to win, and it's a joy to watch.
Yeah, we'll bring you some reaction from the dressing room as soon as we get it. We expect to hear from the man of the match, Bruno, and hopefully Michael Carrick as well, if that can't be in this show, then check out the website Manchester United app for all of the other reaction. But Michael, we said at half-time, didn't we, we'll have a big half-time team talk to make, and it looks like whatever he said worked, because we were better in the second half.
Yeah, we needed more energy. We needed to be, especially when you're at home at Old Trafford, you need to make other teams feel that. And I think first half, they didn't feel that at all. They looked calm on the ball. They were breaking our press quite easily and causing us issues. But second half, we were on the front foot a lot more, we're causing them the issues. So yeah, it was much improved. So whatever he said at half time clearly worked, and we went from strength to strength after that.
Yeah, just a moment, we couldn't catch it on camera, but Senna Lammens came out, seeing some friends who were watching today, but also took time to pose for a load of selfies with some fans in the corner there. In terms of Lammens, it didn't really have too much to do today, which is a good thing, because we don't always want our keeper to be busy, that's for sure.
No, you're right. I don't think there's much he could do about the goal, to be honest.
No.
It was a guessing. We didn't have anyone on the post.
I was going to ask you, it's different eras, of course, but when I grew up playing at not a great level, we always had someone on the front post and someone on the back post. Now, it has changed a bit, but is that for the better?
I love being on the back post, I'll be honest with you.
Easy job. I used to enjoy that job as well.
I cleared a few here off the back post after line. I remember Chicharito one time. We drew 1-1, so Alex weren't happy. But the game's changed. Yeah, it's, there's a lot of different things now. The zonals, there's man for man, but I still like someone on the back post.
Yeah, at least cover one of the posts.
Yeah, one. I think the back's more so, because at the front you've got one in the near post, you've got players, but I think definitely the back post, because it's hard for keepers to get there with especially with an
in terms of Lacroix's goal, though, it did go in at the front post, didn't it? Because the corner was swung and it went back across goal.
Oh, yeah,
so it would have been a front post area.
Yeah. And I seen it yesterday. I think it was Wan-Bissaka at Liverpool. There was, I think, Van Dijk's goal, back post. So yeah, listen, there's arguments for it. Listen, anytime you concede, there's always going to be someone's done something wrong.
Yeah.
I just think it was, the time and 4 minutes in, that's not what you needed.
No.
I think it stunned everyone a little bit.
It did, yeah.
But no, in terms of Lammens, it's great. That means the team in front of him are doing well. The shape's right. The distances are good if he's not having too much to do. Yes, we want to see him making all the saves, but I'd prefer him that he hasn't days like this and he's not had to.
Yeah. Okay, more from the lads in a minute, but let's hear what our commentators have made of it all. Ben Thornley and Liam Bradford.
Ben, I think it's fair to say a game of two halves. At the start of the game, 30 minutes probably made a little more difficult than Manchester United were expecting, but once we hit sort of 40 minutes onwards, Manchester United were irresistible, weren't they?
Yeah, they started the second half on the back of how they finished the first and just got stronger and stronger. Obviously the penalty and the sending off helped, but absolutely right with both decisions, and from then on in, Bruno Fernandes just completely took control of the game, and we scored a wonderful second goal from a player that's had a maximum impact in the last few games, and we saw signs of it earlier on in the game, but everything came just right with the pace of the cross, the fact that he got across his man and powered that header into the near post. It's a brilliant goal, and yeah, United were deserved winners in the end.
Run out of superlatives, don't you, for Manchester United's captain? That's his 14th assist in the Premier League this season. It's absolutely incredible.
He was brilliant in that second half. He really was. He was his little flicks that were coming off, which when they don't, there's groans that come and what have you, but he's just playing with that air of supremacy at the moment that anything that he does is going to come off, and he ran the show in the second half. He was excellent.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant from Bruno Fernandes again. I wonder whether Crystal Palace playing in Europe in midweek may have had an impact. It was the case, wasn't it, down at Selhurst earlier this season, where after an hour Manchester United were capable of really taking control of the game. It took a little while for Palace to maybe reach the zenith of their energies, but as soon as they did, United just managed to take charge in almost every department.
Yeah, they did, listen, it's for a relatively small squad, having played only 72 hours ago. It is going to be a test for them, especially coming here with the form that United are in. And they surprised me. They actually, they played really well first half, and I thought in Chris Richards they had one of the outstanding players on the park. I don't think there's any question about that. But United's energy levels and the quality and the way that they got about Crystal Palace in the second half, it was just too much for them, I think, and they hadn't made that many changes from what happened on Thursday night, and it told in the end. And United, I know it was 2-1 and it sounded close, but I think anybody that was here realised that the second half performance, it was much more comfortable than that.
Just finally, you've mentioned it, the form for Manchester United, they're unbeaten in 11, it's 6 wins out of 7 under Michael Carrick. They're in imperious form at the moment, and that confidence can only get better and better, can't it?
Yeah, of course it can. And we know that we've still got some very, very difficult games to go. You know, with Villa, Brentford, Liverpool, obviously.
It starts with Newcastle
and it starts with Newcastle on Wednesday night. You know, they've lost their last 2 games at home in the Premier League, so they're going to want to do something about that. It's a very, very difficult game, but then you don't get any easy games in the Premier League. But certainly we know what they're going to throw at us on Wednesday night. Good side, great atmosphere, but it's a brilliant place to go play football.
It certainly is. Manchester United 3rd in the Premier League.
Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? And we'll talk about that and what it means for our potential Champions League qualification in a moment. Just want to get to a couple more comments from YouTube. Sunny MUFC says Šeško is amazing. Champions League, here we come, says Little Prue. Šeško does it again. Matthew Farrell. Ziggy says, Sesko. Let's go, Šeško. That's quite good, that, isn't it? So that was from Matthew Farrell. Michael S. Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder.
We needed it against a really good team.
Benjamin Sesko giving you a nice headache now, isn't he? Whether to start him or whether to start him off the bench.
I said it. Was it yesterday or the day before? It's not a headache, you know. I think it's great to be in a position where we've got the choice and to rotate things, to change things depending on the game, where we see the strengths and our game on against a certain team. So listen, absolutely delighted. It's a fantastic header and big moment again for us, you know. So it'll do them the world of good and keep them in a good spot.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Great to hear from Michael. And what you said about potentially it was his toughest half-time team talk today was verified by Michael himself there. He had to let the lads know the first half wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I think it's there. It was clear for everyone to see, and that's why we said it. I think they were really poor, way off it. So I'm glad he said that. It was, you know, I said I wish I'd like to be in there to see, you know, how he played it down there, but how strong he went on the boys. But he did say that they admitted it within the group that they was off it. So. But the main thing was that, like I said, they responded well.
Kinds in that first half. Luke Shaw forced off with injury after that challenge from Daniel Munoz. But towards the end of the first half, United started to go through the gears. Harry Maguire with an opportunity well blocked by Ismail Assar.
Your buddy, guys,
and then Benjamin Sesko began to come into the game.
Another Sunday, another huge London derby for semi-finals with the Patrick Vieira and Daniel Sturridge.
The better option.
And Bruno Fernandes testing Dean Henderson. A fingertip save from the former United keeper to keep Palace in front. And one more opportunity towards the end of the first half for United. Fernandes' delivery. Casemiro, the wrong side of the post. Into the second half. Adam Wharton with a challenge on Brian and Burmo there.
I'm just not sure. I think he gets enough of the ball, just about, I think, Wharton, but takes a hit in the process.
But Maxence Lacroix got none of the ball here.
No, and there was definitely a hand on the shoulder of Cunha. Where that started is difficult to tell, but it was certainly on the line as well, the contact, and whether it was enough. But there was no genuine attempt to play the ball, which is why, once the penalty was given, also the red card for Maxime Lacroix.
So Dean Henderson, who saved a penalty last weekend against Wolverhampton Wanderers, couldn't deny his former teammate Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United were level. But not level for long, as the man of the moment put them in front.
No, and as a forward, you just ask for that type of delivery from Bruno Fernandes, which he does so often. He's feeding it into the area, and Šeško, who's full of confidence, will be so pleased. Gets across his man. Such a great, big centre-forwards header. Aggressive, powerful, well-directed, and they deserve their lead at that point.
Michael Carrick like this, and United playing against 10, pushed to try and get the job done and make it 3. Amad Diallo on as a sub for Šeško, denied by Henderson. Weren't many opportunities, in truth, for Crystal Palace to draw themselves level. Tyreek Mitchell, who doesn't score many goals, with a shot from distance. That didn't trouble the goalkeeper. And Amad Diallo, once again, towards the end. Again, well denied by Henderson, but 2-1 United, it finished. So Manchester United up to third in the Premier League table, and for the second time this week, Benjamin Sesko is the man to get them there. We talked about it being a big opportunity for him from the start today. 3 goals in 11 matches as a sub, but that's now 5 in 12 as a starter, which shows you that he does have the ability to make an impression on the game, not just off the bench.
And I think he's already shown enough in terms of the variety of finishes that he's capable of, and the quality of those finishes, what a terrific player he is, and why they signed him for such big money. It's taken him time to settle, and I think they managed him well, Michael Carrick, since coming in terms of having that impact off the bench, but now giving him a start, and then him scoring today will give him so much confidence and should really start the next game because of that. And I think I'm pleased for him, because I think it's so difficult going to a club the size of Manchester United when the expectation is there every single game and you are expected to deliver straight away in every game. But he's kept going and gained the confidence that he needs, I think, now to really show just how good he is.
What do you think that he has that someone like Rasmus Højlund didn't? Or is it just that he's playing in a system now with a coach who is trying to play to his strengths a little bit more?
I think if I'm Højlund, I'm looking at this type of performance, certainly under Carrick, going, well, why didn't I have that opportunity? He was playing in a team that struggled to create chances full stop, let alone for him, and play in a way that would suit him. I also think, if you think of the goal that he scored where it came across to him, he took a touch and then put it into the top corner. I think he's more capable of that. I think Højlund's very much an instinctive striker that will get on the end of crosses that are flashed across the box, which there wasn't many when he was playing for Manchester United.
Michael Carrick would have played with Ryan Giggs and would have grown up in an era. He wouldn't have played with David Beckham at United. But that, the goal he scores today, it feels like almost old school United, that you got 2 wingers putting in crosses and top quality centre forwards in the box sticking it in the net, which it sounds like quite a simple approach, but one that often works.
But it doesn't change, does it? I know football has changed a hell of a lot, but still, if you can put quality in from wide areas and you've got forwards that can make intelligent, sharp runs either behind or across defenders, then you are going to get joy. I think some of the most frustrating things for me and for plenty of supporters is watching that winger get that space and you think, go on, deliver a good cross for your centre forward, and then they check back and they give it to the full back and then it gets switched, and that is just it's so hard as a forward. Brilliant for Šeško there. As soon as Bruno Fernandes gets out of his feet, you can make that dart, whether it's to the back and then out in front of the defender. The delivery's coming. You don't have to second guess your winger is going to check back 5 times before you make that run, which I feel Gyökeres is a bit stuck in that at the moment with these Arsenal wingers.
Just a final point on Manchester United then. The next couple of fixtures, Newcastle away and Aston Villa at home. Given their form, given what their 3 rivals for the Champions League have on their plate, they should make it from here, shouldn't they?
I think you can't underestimate what a midweek's rest does for a set of quality players. I think it does make a big difference. You can see that in the freshness, especially getting towards the end of games still. And I think that will play a big role for Manchester United. And they've shown that against the top quality sides that at times that suits them even better, because the game will be more open on the counter-attack, which is where they've looked so dangerous.
All right, let's get to